Hey guys, Darren Miles Photography, based here in beautiful, sunny Southwest Florida. I just want to do a brief image quality overview of this lens that B&H Photo sent to me. There'll be a link to this lens down below. About a year and a half ago, this lens came out. This is the Tokina ATX-M 85mm f1.8 for Sony. And honestly, I didn't even know this lens existed, and I think that's probably true for a lot of you out there, that we didn't really know this lens even existed. It came out with very little fanfare, and because of all the attention, I think, focused on Sony and Zeiss and the different 85s that are out there, Sigma, etc., this lens kind of got lost in the shuffle, not only because it came out late, but truthfully, Tokina is kind of like the redheaded stepchild of third-party lens manufacturers. But I saw a review on this, and by the way, there are very few reviews for this lens out there, you can tell. I mean, on B&H, there's only 3 reviews here, and the lens has been out for a year and a half. So I decided to have B&H send it to me, one, because I've always kind of liked Tokina lenses. I reviewed the 100mm f2.8 a while ago to a lot of fanfare and a lot of interest. And I thought, you know, my experience with that lens is really good. This is the only full-frame mirrorless lens that Tokina's put out thus far. That's a prime, so I thought I'd give it a shot. And I received it, and honestly, I've had it for about 2 weeks, probably taken a couple of thousand pictures with it. And so far, so great. And what I wanted to do is just kind of show you 3 images straight out of camera, just so you can see what sort of image quality we're getting. So let's go over into Lightroom and take a look. First things first, all 3 of these images are shot at f1.8, and you can see these are the raw files, ISO 100, 1/125th. Granted, it's in the studio, but you'll notice, I think the only thing I did was bump up the exposure by 0.3 or 3 plus 0.30. So this is at f1.8, studio shot. And I'm zooming in a couple 100% here, and this is pretty critically sharp. It looks pretty amazing to me. You can make out these eyelashes, lots and lots of detail. Maybe it isn't extraordinarily sharp, but boy, it really doesn't get much sharper than this. And granted, it's in the studio. You're getting a little bit of vignetting here in the corners, but I guess that's to be expected at f1.8. But overall, I think that looks pretty good. Here is a second studio shot. This was shot with a Profoto small softbox, Profoto B1 or B1X, or maybe even B10. I'm not even sure which one. Just one light up here in the corner. Let's go full screen here in this one. Before I do that, once again, f1/125th, f1.8, ISO 100, straight out of camera, untouched. So if you look here, let's go full screen here to remove distractions. I focused on his eye, and that's exactly where the lens did it. It's actually very compatible, both with people and with animals with regard to eye detect AF, and I'll be darned if that isn't great. I mean, I'm very, very impressed with the overall quality. You can see the fall off here between the out of focus area. Granted, we shot at f1.8, excuse me, in the studio. I just think that looks amazing. I love this picture. It's actually on my Instagram feed, so maybe I'm a little bit biased. And then lastly, who doesn't love a picture of a little dog? But this is just a testament to the lens's compatibility with the eye detect autofocus for animals, and you can see that that's pretty darn sharp. Let's take a look at those settings. This was at 1/125th, ISO 1600. It was obviously window lit, low light, looks pretty good. I think it's incredibly sharp. It's not, maybe it's a little bit soft here, but that could just be the fact that it's ISO 1600, but the fall off and the bokeh, to me, is just beautiful. I'll be doing a full review of this lens, but I wanted to give you a brief intro and just a brief video showing you some examples of the image quality that I'm getting. Thus far, I'm really impressed. The autofocus performance isn't perfect, but it's really, really good, and I'll cover that in the full review. So that's the image quality overview. Just wanted you to see it for the Tokina 85mm ATX-M for Sony, and at this price point, $399. This, in my opinion, is a steal because this thing is built phenomenally well. Anyway, stay tuned for the full review. Just wanted to give you the image quality overview first, and that is all. I'm Darren Miles Photography, based here in beautiful sunny Southwest Florida. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you the next time.